You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash and love to spend. Made a killing and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed it, blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up.
Back up.
I had to get back up.
I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made a killing and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction of the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Eli Manning and the New York Giants. Ready to get things rocking, the Pro Bowl kicker from the NFC last year, Aldrick Rosas. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Check 52's the mark. Hey, defense, let's go. Sponge. Here we go. Go to 54. Lining. He's checking. Crash.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Tackle made by Antoine Bethea.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Prescott from the gun. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Giants, 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch out. X3. 218, chop. 2.
Working from the gun. Manning. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They fake the handoff. Now Manning. And Tate's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You draw Parker. Hey, Haywood. Mike, 48.
Now Manning. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. That his first incompletion after a 4 for 4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
Down.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Go. 48 to Mike. Ready?
Shotgun now for Manning. And this is going to be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And his kick is absolutely perfect. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here go 46.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. A give to Elliott. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Going to take a shot for Gallup. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
New York set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Here we go. Set. 60 out more. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, 80 weapons. Hey, wahoo. Look at me, zipper! Check.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch twin. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, high 7. Let's go.
Play action. Manning. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Third and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
Bravo.
From the gun, it's Manning. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On play action. Now Manning. It's brought in left side by Tate. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
First down.
Here we go. 90 Wolf. Hey, give me 2 jet bombers. Give me 2 jet bombers. Let's go get it.
On first down, Manning. That's complete to his running back, Grant. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They will run with Grant. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Manning now on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 2nd down, it's Grant. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Corey Grant, 36 yards, and the Giants add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, that's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Prescott. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Lorenzo Carter. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Lorenzo Carter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Let's go, baby.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Now out come the Giants. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Leighton Vander Esch, 3rd in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. There on the stop.
At the 41-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Chopper!
Throwing now is Manning. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
It's caught. Shepard. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
A gain of 14. First down, New York.
go now. 8, read. Check, watch it before. Hey, watch the screen. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Grant. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Ricky.
On second and 11 now. Manning. That's complete left side to Shepard. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Hey, team 6. Now.
Check 48's the mic. Check.
Manning now on first down. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Third and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. Operating from the gun, Manning. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
A 53-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
New York set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Third and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack.
Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Yep. I got you. 48 to Mike.
From the gun, Manning. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
And out now come the Cowboys. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Throwing again on second down. Prescott, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Cooper again the target, but it's going to be second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And again, it's Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Manning and the Giants come up now first and 10 at their own 24. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, let's go. 48, Mike. 48, Mike. Big stop, G. Big stop, let's go. Mike, 48, Mike, 48. 5.
From the 27, Manning finds his tight end Ingram. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Manning now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Manning. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Manning. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
On 3rd and long, it's Manning. And Ingram holds it in. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Evan Ingram, 60 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Now whistles and a timeout signaled here by the offense, and that's their first of this second half. So now Eli and the Giants will line up and go for 2.
Check.
A toss running left. It's Grant, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. They get the conversion, and Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of set you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
Let's go.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the 38, Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters. And this is what he's always had. And that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
Set, ready? 30 base. 80 weapon. Switch. Hey, Charlie. Hey, 2.
So after the INT, it's Manning. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he's taken down inside the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And an alley to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 13 yards, good for a giant 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
He's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
55. Check, 55, Mike. Check, 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 check.
Yeah.
Here's Manning to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This an easy one, 23-yarder. And Rosas puts this one through. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7, past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
I'm coming after you.
Prescott to throw it. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Cooper was the intended target, and it's third and short. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Give them the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Elliott running right. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Randall Cobb, 46 yards, and the Cowboys cut into that lead. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23.
22 Jet Bomber, 22 Jet Bomber. 5.
Working from the gun, Manning. He's going to let one fly. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The tackle by Janoris Jenkins.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Prescott now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Cooper was the target there, but it'll be 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes it 24-13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. This is Grant. They find some open field here. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Grant. And I think this defense knew what was coming, as he is smothered behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long.
Hey, Haywood!
Shotgun now for Manning. And this is going to be incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Manning. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Hey!
Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, you don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. I'm trying to...
Hey! Wahoo!
They'll go for it. It's Manning. And that is incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. First down, Prescott. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And this is it's Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 24-yard line.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Grant, and it's a fumble, but I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a play fake. Manning, blitz coming, and down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack.
Hey, high 7. 55.
From the gun, Manning. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. Throwing, Prescott. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, Mike, don't get nervous. Little Mike,
And the blitz does come. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Sacked there by Nick Perry, the outside linebacker.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The 20. They give him a gain of 38. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching. And how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut.
Hey, lock it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They go back to Grant. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. To throw is Manning. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So decision time now because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Take on Austin on the return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Jabril Peppers, a former 1st-round pick, there on the coverage. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw, and he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Mike 5-2, Mike 5-2. Going to 52. Check. Hey, switch gears.
Prescott. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point...
There he goes, Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper with time running out. And now the Cowboys are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. Now Prescott. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our scores. The kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
Ready? 18 Gator.
Check. Watch the before. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Hey.
Now Manning. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
It's 2nd down. That's the end of regulation.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll begin with a run by Gallman. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. First throw of overtime here for Manning. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
First down, Giants.
Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. X3. 218. Chop it.
Check the backer.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6.
54. Mike 50.
Throwing on first down is Manning. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Shepard. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. This is more coming. This is more coming.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Christian Travis. Hey, Delta.
Mike 48. So we got man.
From midfield, here's Manning. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Manning to throw on 3rd and 1. Got a man, Slayton. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
It's a gain of 3.
It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Down. 50. Plant.
Check 48's the mark. Run.
Now.
Manning turns and gives this to Gallman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Gallman. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
Let's go. Rush in.
80 weapons.
Rush in.
Manning now on first down. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Giants, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.